Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. We made our way from Oklahoma through Missouri, and we are in Illinois, making our way slowly home and going up. We're gonna be heading up the Chicago area eventually. So as we're going along, a lot of these trips, we have a lot of people that we've talked to over the years that are interested in selling some stuff, and we just haven't gotten time to make our way there. So today is one of those stops. Visiting with a nice gentleman, Roger, that follows our channel, and he hit us up probably close to a year ago, and we spoke, and he's has a ton of cool stuff, cars that he drives, projects and things, but he's looking to downsize just a little bit of some of his parts and spare stuff that he's not going to get to use. And since we're rolling through, he was nice enough to offer us, number one, a place to stay, which was really great. It was nice to sleep in an actual real bed, not in a hotel, and B, allowed us to come and dig through some stuff and purchase some stuff. So today we already went over to a storage unit where he's got a really cool project car, old hot rod that he is not going to finish, that he offered us. Of course, we looked at it, fell in love with it, and we're going to be purchasing that. So Mike is currently in an Uber driving an hour from here to another U-Haul. We should be sponsored by U-Haul. And he is picking up another box truck, and we're going to put a bunch more stuff in that, and he and I are going to be driving separately the rest of the way home. And so yeah, that's what we got going on. So I'm going to start digging through some of the parts, take you through the garage here and show you some of his really neat project cars that aren't for sale, but I think it'll be neat and you guys would enjoy seeing them. So let's take a walk in the shop. Okay, so we're going to walk in the shop here. Straight away, you know you're in the right place. Got a really cool Chevy Tri-5 sitting here. So you said this was your son's?
It is. He bought that in high school, and I helped him build it.
And you were telling us last evening that was kind of like a little old lady car or something originally?
The story from the two gentlemen we bought it from was they bought it in either southern Missouri or Kentucky or Arkansas, and it was a standard little old lady car.
Okay.
And they were going to make a drag car out of it, and they got home and started looking at it, and it's like, this is way too nice to tub up. So they put it up for sale. My son was actually looking for a Camaro, and he saw this, and
this is better. I think he picked better.
yeah.
But you mentioned it. It's been through a couple engines over the years, but it's something he's had on the road. You guys have had on the road for a while.
Yes, he drove it in high school, mount with the original 6 and 3 on a tree for a while, and then while he was driving it, we built a 383 small block and a Muncie 4-speed to put in it, and he street raced it and was tearing up axles and stuff, and so he finally got enough of that, and we put a Milder 350 in it.
Yeah, cool. So that's really cool. He's got all kinds of parts and stuff that we're going to be eventually digging through here. But what I thought was really cool at the shop here, last evening he had the door shut here, and we're like, oh yeah, it's a nice little shop. And then it's like you open behind the curtain and you walk in, and it's like honey hole of cool stuff in here. So
but that has turned into fab shop, if you will, where we can roll the 55 well, that's the dirty
gotcha. Okay.
shop now. And
so then you walk in here, and straight away it's like overwhelming. We met Hot Rod Bob last night, who's my favorite shop cat in a long time we met, and he is a stray they took in that's used to be feral and is now quite friendly. He lives in here, and he sleeps and does whatever he wants, but he's super friendly. But
in the cars.
In the cars. I noticed we put the 3-window down, and straight away he jumped in the car and sat in there like he owned it. He's like, this is my 3-window now.
Yep.
So this is kind of your dream hot rod you got.
This is my bucket list car. As I told you last night, I went to look at 2 Model A's, and this car was advertised, but it was way out of my price range. And I couldn't make a deal on the Model A, so I was getting ready to leave. The gentleman said, hey, what about that 32? So the short story is, he kept coming down on price, and I came home with a 32.
And this is a real steel 32 3-window. We were discussing it before I started filming that this has probably been a hot rod since like the 50s. You can look in it, and it's got the signs of, it's been through a number of different lives, but it's got the original wood still in over the doors and everything like that. The door tins and stuff, you still see those pieces that a lot of times these cars, when they get super smoothed out, they get taken out.
Right.
people metal in the wood on them, so it's kind of neat. You could tell this was probably started a long time ago and just evolved. It's got a filled roof's been filled at some point. And you said you've been changing a little bit of stuff, so you changed the firewall, right?
Right, and I've got a new dash to go in, a better dash. And,
okay.
I think I told you this. My goal with this car is to build the 32 that I would have wanted in high school,
cool.
but couldn't afford.
Yeah.
So, 327, small journal, small block, Muncie 4-speed.
Killer.
Clearly changed some of the street rod look to it, but
yeah,
it's not going to be like what you build, but
it's still
like
cool.
The hot rod was when I was in high school.
Yeah, and it's all cool. I like. It's a good example. We've talked about this a bunch in podcast stuff recently. Like some of these cars, it's a great base because you're just changing a few tweaks.
Yes.
And a lot of the hard work is done.
Absolutely.
And you can just change some styling and have the look you want. And you have a 32 3-window, and you didn't have to weld patch panels and.
Like you and I talked, you spend. This was actually my first hot rod. This
really?
Model A Coupe. I've owned this car for probably 25 years.
Wow, and you've been slowly fixing it up and upgrading and.
This was my lesson car.
Oh, okay.
So I bought an amateur restoration, not unlike what you guys just did.
Yeah.
And here in the Midwest, the first 6 inches is rotted off all the way around. Okay. And taught myself how to do some metal work, and
nice.
It's amateurish, but it's.
No, it looks good. Looks good.
And I wanted a different engine in it than a small block.
Yeah.
So I found a 401 Buick Nailhead, and
very cool.
It's like flatheads in one respect. These cool vintage engines are expensive to build.
Oh yeah.
But the flatheads, I've never spent so much money for so little horsepower.
Yep, that's it. Till you build a fast banger, then it'll really. Yeah. But this thing you've been working on years. It's got the nail head in it.
Right.
And quick change in it.
While I was working on this car, the Roadster came up for auction.
Oh, okay.
And both of my sons went with me to the auction, and it was a street rod, full fendered, and not very tastefully done, in my opinion. And I ended up buying it at auction, and before I even paid the auction company, my boys were in it and took off. And I got it home, or I came home and they still weren't home. They had come home and got my wife and took her for a ride in it.
Oh, killer.
And she said, "What are you going to do with this car?" Acting like she was mad. And I said, "I'm just going to lick around on it and flip it."
Right.
And she said, "Oh, don't do that. I really like it." So the coupe went on the back burner.
Okay.
And that's how this one actually was the first one that I got on the road. I've owned other drivers like 46, 48 Ford Coupe.
Yep.
Flatties and stuff. But
so you just kind of same thing with this. You just you made it a little more retro. Changed the styling a little bit on it.
Yeah, that's the look I prefer.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
But my wife and I drive these cars and enjoy them, and I enjoy the build and I enjoy using them.
Yes.
So, as much as I like flatties and some of that other stuff, they're not real practical if you're going to take a 400-mile trip,
Right. Yeah, it can.
In comfort and that sort of thing.
Right. But yeah, so this thing came out really cool. You were able to, so I can imagine the 3-window, when you turn that around, it's going to be the same kind of thing. And then down here, this is up our alley in our perfectly shitty aspect. I kind of love this thing. It's cool. So this is a
31 Model A Victoria.
And it's a steel back Vicky.
It is. It came out of Detroit. Spent its whole life there.
Wow.
I'm the 4th owner.
Okay.
The gentleman. My son was working as a fabbie up in Detroit. They actually call them model makers, but
okay.
He met this older gentleman. They worked at several shops together and developed friendship. They went and looked at this car and drove it around the guy's property. The gentleman they bought it off of, Matt, had owned it since 1962.
Wow.
Still had original interior, original top, and the gentleman that friend of my son's bought it, took it home, and my son and him took the body off of it. They rolled the chassis out from under it and ordered a Pete and Jake's. And the gentleman had worked at Ford Motor Company for like 29 years.
Really?
So he put a 5.0 small block in it.
Okay, yeah. So this thing, you've been buzzing this around. You're doing a little bit of work on it right now, but this is something you've been driving around for a little while now.
Yes, I've owned this car for probably 6 or 8 years now.
Cool, cool.
And we drive. This is our inclement weather car. If it's not roadster weather, we're in.
Yeah, you got to have that.
Yeah.
That's my 32.
Even nice weather in the winter time, you know.
Yeah. We get the same thing.
Yeah.
You get a good warm day or two, you can hop in it. And
Exactly.
that's cool. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping my 32 two-door sedan I'm building is the same way. It's like you got something when it's a little cold or it's
Right.
raining, you can still take out. So
I can take Bob's bed off there if you want me to.
Oh, that's cool. Bob's bed, I love it.
He thinks he owns these cars more than I do. So
Yeah,
he
no.
just picks a different one, it seems like every night.
That's funny. So we got a bunch of great, you got a great setup of tools. I walked in and the lathe and the Bridgeport immediately, my eyes lit up and I saw you got a really big English wheel here that you use. Is that one you guys built or you?
I built that as a present from my son, a graduation present.
Oh, cool.
And, so it's actually his, but yeah, I built that.
That's awesome.
Bought the wheels, of course.
Yep.
But everything else is built. And
Nice.
it's like 3/8 wall tubing underneath it.
Heavy and it does not flex very much.
You need a tow truck or a forklift to lift
Move
it.
it. That's great.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we got up in the little mezzanine area there. There's all kinds of bins of parts and stuff that is your overflow.
Right.
And we've been given access to dig around a little bit. So while Mike is going to get the box truck, because we already have a car that we're apparently going to put in it, or a body, we're going to dig around in here and see what kind of parts we can find. And then make a big pile outside and hopefully have enough to make the box truck comfortably full for the way home in the second truck. So
I may end up as surprised as you are because some of the stuff I've had so long, I don't even know.
you don't know what's up there. I love it.
I'm embarrassed to admit that, but it's true.
Oh, it happens to all of us. I'm not even that old and I already feel that way when I dig around in my own stuff. That's
Right?
funny.
Do we want to put it in the box truck any certain way, or probably doesn't matter? Engine forward, probably.
More than likely, yes.
So put it on the rollback backwards.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Then we can also get in to load it easier with stuff.
Yep.
And we can pack in the front of the truck around it.
Yep.
Good?
Yes, sir. Give Aaron the tires.
I'll get the hell out
Yeah,
of
did
the
you
way.
air the tires up before we came?
No. Those were on my Roadster
Oh, where are they?
previously. I just replaced them because of age. Well, those are. I'd have them pretty quick.
Now, back the box truck up. Wait a minute, I just need him to go up a little bit.
All right, so it's getting dark. We got to load yet.
Gotten dark, so we have, you guys might have seen in the last shots, we have a cozy little Model A. This thing is super cool. We didn't really talk about it a bunch, but Roger didn't really tell me before we came. He kind of forgot. A year of he and I going back and forth. When we got here, he's like, oh, that thing was an old hot rod, and it used to have, somebody has a photo of it, that it was like a drag racer being flat towed by a little 60s Ford pickup. And as we were going around, we started finding all the parts from when they had taken it apart and started modifying to put on this chassis. So we found like one of the garnish moldings, some of the interior, some of that stuff that was on it. And luckily they saved every little piece that they did cut out to put on the 32 frame. They saved, which is really cool. So whatever next version of this car, we have all those pieces. We're pretty sure it was on a Model A frame. We actually found the fenders and most of the stuff, the gas tanks here. We found the little panel that's somewhere else that had the gauges where they torched it out, and there was a little aluminum panel we found. The hearse, super cool. We only found one splash apron, which is a bummer, but you know, who knows, and one fender's a little roached. But we have all these parts, and that's what's important, is saving as much of this original stuff for the old hot rods as we can. So that's what's really neat about that. I was kind of, Model A sedan, I don't know, you know, and then we start seeing it was a hot rod and chrome garnish and has neat old interior in it, which we'll show in our unloading videos. But made a nice pile. It's a little bit of leftover new reproduction or new parts some original stuff that was takeoffs, which is great, and a bunch of good, as we call, bread and butter things, you know, bell housings and oil pans and stuff like that, springs.
Some T5s that we have to pull out.
Yeah, we got a pile of T5s that we kind of bought, and then there's a Model A frame back there, and the deuce frame way back there was on the side of the building. So there we go. That's everything.
We also have to keep on an eye on Bob.
We have to make sure that Bob does not come home with us, although Kate would not be angry about that at all.
Roger might be angry.
Yeah. Hey.
Got her!
Come on, man. I really would enjoy your company.
I would not enjoy opening that box truck though after 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Might be a little angry. So we got some loading to do. So.
A bunch of loading to do, and then maybe some Mexican.